A lot of my questions were for the ladies. We are short, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But let's see what happens. When men and women are able to respect their differences, then love will have a chance to blossom. Men, what is something women don't do that you want more of in your relationship? Dating.
Oh man, that's it. Hello everybody, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. That is a loaded question. What do I want women to do that they don't do? God, that's a tough question. And I gotta think about my answers because I don't want to get killed here. So, it's really a tough question.
Just think of the last relationship you was in that she didn't do.
I would just say, more so, maybe just something they don't do. More so just, when it comes to their feelings, like, more so like when a guy says something, he means it, doesn't mean like 10 other things. Also, you know, if they're mad at me, let me know because I can't read minds. Because I had a relationship where an ex was mad for a month. And she told me like a month later. I'm like, that wasn't even my fault. Why are you mad? But just more so be more like open with your feelings. And, well, you're already open, but more so when you're upset. Maybe just let it out more. That way, because men can't read minds. And I'm going to keep it like that because I don't want to get killed, like I said, from my experience. For the guys, you're just always wrong. So whatever happens, let's take the L. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Women, what is it that men don't do that you would like more of in your relationship? Allie.
Well, there's probably a lot of things, but I would say, kind of piggybacking off David's, really communication and also not playing games because that's very frustrating and annoying to most women out there, that you just need to be honest on how you feel and not try to be all cool and, oh, I don't like you and I'm going to ignore your texts or calls and stuff like that. So you think we'll chase after you more. I think women now are smarter than that and will stop chasing. So I think guys really just need to not play games in any way and just be honest with women, because I think we really respect that now.
Ladies, do you flirt? Wait, ladies, do you flirt? And if so, why? Does it have a purpose? Lawsine.
Hello, I'm Mr. Texas Office Master, fellow members, and most welcome guests. Yeah, I love to flirt. It is so fun, especially when I work because of my job. It gets so monogamous. I'm a part-time traffic officer. It gets really boring just driving around listening to music. So when I have a fat guy, he is so cute, and I like to see him. And so when I see him, I just smile and wave and stuff. But I'm really shy, so like I have to really be like amped up to really flirt. And then sometimes probably guys say want to flirt with me, but I won't flirt because I'm really shy. I'm really weird. Like, I'm introverted and extroverted when it comes to flirting. But I'm getting a lot of experience with dating and with my confidence, so I'm more flirtier than I ever was in my life. But, and what is the purpose of flirting? It is to, first of all, have fun, and then if that turns into something else, it can be, you know, nice. It's nice to flirt. Men and women, and the game and playing the game, it's a lot of fun until it gets to all the bullshit. Thank you.
Like I said, a lot of these questions were for the ladies. Let's see. I think you need to be able to laugh at yourself. What is the most, I think you need to be able to laugh at yourself. What's one of your most embarrassing moments on a date? Kareem.
Go Kareem. Table Topics Master and fellow members and most welcome guest. I think this is an easy one for me. I was at a party, a holiday party with a date, and made the mistake of telling my boss at the time that I had a crush on this girl, and it was our first date, and so somehow he feels the need to grab my hand and her hand and smash it together and say, "I'm so happy for the two of you. Is she the one you were telling me about?" Luckily, since I'm shy, it sped up the process quite a bit, so I actually owed him one, but that was one of the more embarrassing moments in a date. Thank you.
Name something women do when they're trying to make up with their lover. Sam.
You are speaking tonight? Sorry.
Mohammed.
Okay, Mohammed.
I apologize, I forgot the question.
I'll be
That's
nice.
against the rules.
I'll be nice.
Thank you.
Name something women do when they're trying to make up with their lover.
I think they try to remember a previous occasion where they were extra nice, which really is not always the case, but we'll take it anyway. Just to point out that, hey, look, I'm better than you. So, I think that's what I would say.
Can you recall the most romantic date you were on, and what made it so romantic? Ellie. Did I say it right? Elena.
Well, I'd say my most romantic date was probably recently. I went to the Santa Monica Pier, and this man took me on the Ferris wheel there, and it was a beautiful experience because the sun was setting across the ocean, and it was a beautiful day, and up in the Ferris wheel it was peaceful and kind of quiet, and you feel like you're in your own world. And I think what made it really romantic was the person that I was with saying sweet things and holding my hand, and it was a very picturesque moment. And then afterwards we walked along the beach in Santa Monica, and I just had a wonderful time.
You tried everything. Your friends have set you up on dates. You've done web dating websites. Now you're going to try one last thing. You're going to take an ad out in the Los Angeles Times. How would you describe yourself and what you're looking for? Jim.
Thank you, Mr. Tabletop Master, for setting up the new guy. Okay, trying to post an ad. What am I looking for? Anything that's not a repeat? I've had some misadventures. I was planning on moving out here and got talked out of it by my high school sweetheart. Didn't happen till that high school sweetheart. I became unmarried. Okay, let's not do that one. See, I have been a student where everything I did meant that I was in for some lessons and learning, and never as equals. I was always a student. Okay, let's not do that again. So I think if I put an ad out now for a date, I think that would really piss off my girlfriend. I don't think I can do that. So I'm just gonna stop right there.
A drink is named after you. What is it called and why? Tanine.
You would give me that question. I like to drink on occasion. Mr. Tabletop Master, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. By a show of hand, who here likes to drink a little?
A little?
At least. Okay, who here likes to drink a lot? Well, at this particular time, I can't drink until November 1st, so y'all pray for me. But for right now, if I was to think of anything that I could, that described me, Table Topics Master, I would be, let me see how long I got. I'd be a hotsy totsy. I'd be a sassy Susan. I'd be a creamy burst. Wait a minute. I'd be a yellow light. Caution. And what else would I be? Hot mama, hot big mama, Bahama mama, black widow, hellion, hellcat, that be, anything. Just drink me. Other than that, because we all know I'm a character, y'all take y'all pick. Thank you.
What do you value the most in the relationship and why? Michelle.
Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. What do I value the most in the relationship? Why? I would have to say honesty and communication. Probably honesty is the top. Communication is right up there too. Thinking about my husband, he's a very honest person and we communicate pretty well. Working on that sometimes. And I also value someone intelligent to talk to, and sense of humor is really important to me. I need to be able to joke around with somebody and and he does. And someone who's very thoughtful. And some guys don't pay attention to getting you nice gifts, but he actually, there's a file on the computer like gifts from Michelle. And yeah, he listens to what I want. And I opened the file and I felt bad. I shouldn't have been nosy. He's right on.
You're writing for an advice column on dating. What advice would you give to a single woman who is pregnant by a married man who lives next door? Stephen. Stephen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a lot of experience giving this type of advice. I would tell her to be honest about it, to confront the neighbor, and to make a mutually agreeable decision as to who is going to raise this child. I would also advise her to speak to her family members. She's a single lady. Hopefully she has families or friends she can confide in, and that they would give her sound advice as well. And hopefully, I assume, young lady and her married neighbor would make the right decision for themselves and for the unborn child.
I'm 28. I've never been on a date. I have no dating skills. What advice would you give to me on dating? Tony.
Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. So you're saying you're 28 and you've never been on a date? So we'll just talk about a fictitious person who's 28, never been on a date, wants to go out. What advice would I give them? I would say to think about dating as just getting to know someone and not really have a lot of high expectations. Just do it as an exercise. There's a slogan in a meeting I go to, it's called "For Fun and For Free." So basically go on and just use this as an experience to have fun, to get to know different people, maybe to make some friends, and not really have any expectations. It would be a practice in just relaxing, having fun, maybe going to see a movie, doing something that you'd really like to do, and going back and just writing in your journal about things that you learned, things that you can reflect on, to prepare you for meeting the person that is truly a match for you. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Timer, did everyone qualify?
Everyone qualified except Mohammed.
Okay. Now everybody can vote for the best table topic. Oh, now I'll pass it back to Clay.
Awesome job, Mr. Table Topics Master.
I hope they were good questions.
Some of those solicited quite entertaining responses. Now we've reached our prepared speeches portion of the evening. This is where each of the speakers will present based on what the particular goals are of their speeches. Tonight we have icebreaker, one person who's delivering their third speech, which is Sam, and then Nathaniel, who's going to be getting his competent communicator tonight. Nice. So, which will be exciting. Now for our first speech, Supatra is making her icebreaker speech tonight. She's going to take us on a journey to her past and to tell us how she came to find Tinseltown Toastmasters Please welcome Supatra. She presents her speech titled Chasing Confidence, Challenging Fears, and I'm sorry, Supatra,